Well, hello there. It is Vintage Baby 63, or as my family likes to call me, Joanna. Actually, most of my family calls me Nana. Long story, but that's my nickname. Um, I am in Red Rock, Arizona, and this is going to be part 3 and the final video of, of my Do You Love to Fussy Cut series. I wanted to go ahead and show you that I've done a couple of others. I did this one here, and this one I watercolored, but as you can see, you can still see my pencil marks. I had erased, but I used that same piece of paper that I used for the Midnight in Paris piece. Very thin, like I said before. So it really took that pencil and did not want to erase. And that's fine. I love the way it turned out. As you can see, it's here. And I have a couple of different broken pieces in there, but I wanted to show you, and I don't have the best of light here. Maybe I'll turn on the lamp on my thing. But I wanted to show you kind of, so there's that P's kind of lopsided and the R separated. But I wanted to show you with the spray, after it dried, what it looked like. Once I get that glued down, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. It's not going to tear once it's glued down. So, as I mentioned yesterday too, I was using the spray. Didn't tell you what kind of spray or anything like that, so I'm sorry about that. So I used the Distress Oxide spray by Ranger. And this one is Scorched Timber. And I just love the way it turned out. Now, you saw yesterday that I sprayed probably more than I should have. Didn't need to spray as much as I did, the way I did it. So, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So I think probably I won't spray it next time, that I'll either stick to watercolor, gouache. Actually, this is a gouache. And I didn't use watercolor just because I thought, watercolor is more transparent than gouache. And maybe I used too much water when I was doing the gouache. So anyway, that's the best way it came out. And then earlier today, as I was sitting waiting for emails to come in, right now I'm on lunch break again. So I'm going to try to keep this to 30 minutes again. I went ahead and did this one. And as you noticed, I used thicker paper this time. I used a different type of paper. It's called, I think the title, or I should say the type of paper that it was called, like, for illustrating. So I don't remember the GSM or the pound of the paper, but it was much easier to use than the thin stuff that I used. There was not had no tears. I also went back and did with a black marker. I covered the pencil with black marker, and then on the line underneath, kind of just did like a little stitch, like a little fake stitch, because I liked the way that looked. So that's another piece I'll use for another time. I like that phrase, beauty and grace. I've used it several times in my home decor on different things that I've done. So let's get back to what I was doing. So I explained the ink that I used. I definitely wanted to remember to do that to show y'all the ink that I used. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you or talk to you about was because, like I said before, I sprayed on way too much spray. And I am not one to waste any distress spray at all. So I had these book pages, dictionary book pages, that I had received in a box. They had used it for stuffing in the box. I had ordered, I think this was when I ordered the ledger. I'm not sure. But anyway, what I did is I went in and I just soaked up. And if you notice, this is toward the end, after I had soaked up the majority of it on other pages. And as I mentioned yesterday, I always save any kind of packing, that I can save, especially when it's vintage book pages, right? Oh, this is the back side, I think. No, that's the front side. So that must have been another one that was kind of at the bottom once I was running out of ink. Here's the ones that are kind of, I had more ink at this point, obviously. And as you can see, Scorched Timber right there kind of has yellow tones to it around the edges once the oxide kind of settles. I didn't use more water. I didn't spray it down some more. This is exactly non-watered down. I could have watered it down. I could have added some water to it and it wouldn't have been so concentrated right here and here. But I kind of like it, and eventually I will use it. And as a matter of fact, I've used it. I've used one of the pages that I did in my layout. This piece and this piece. See, because if you noticed, I think you noticed that this is only half a page. So the other half of the page is right here and right here. So one of the things that I wanted to do, so I used that, right? I also used a printable from Dust to Roses, Cassie at Dust to Roses. She has an Etsy shop, and I don't remember the name of this printable that I used. Had to do something with neutral, I believe. It's had the word neutral in it. I'm not positive. But, so that's in there, right? Now, Midnight in Paris, if you've never seen the movie, Owen Wilson plays a writer that goes back in time at midnight. So a taxi comes by and picks him up and takes him to the 1920s. So I'm using my French. This is my little visual education from 1964. And this shows you phrases when you are taking a taxi. And in the movie, he takes a taxi. So that's why I included that. So basically, this is kind of themed to me. I feel like I want to pay homage to the movie, right? So I also printed out, and as I told y'all in the first video, they use that Starry, Starry Night, Van Gogh's Starry, Starry Night, in the background for the poster. So here's the poster. There's Mr. Owen Wilson with his little crooked nose. So as you noticed, this past weekend I went to a place, a vintage market called Junk in the Trunk. And one of the shops that I shopped at gave me this bag. Gave my stuff to me in this bag. And I thought, you know what? Gonna save it. So it's it has been added to. I also have this flashcard, copyright 1963, from the McGraw-Hill Book Company. And this says, "To the movies," in French. So that's going in there. I might journal on the back of it. I think I will. You know what? I think that is what I will use to journal on the back. I might put some other things in there. I don't know. We'll see. So for right now, oh, I also added, some washi tape here. And this washi tape comes from Nazi at Amity Bloom. And I will try to put those links. I haven't never done that before, but I'm going to give it a try. Told y'all I'm not real tech savvy when it comes to all this stuff. But it's one of her Bloom tapes. Let me move out of the way so you can see. And I know on September 27th, she's going to be putting some new Bloom tape in her shop. So, anyway, just wanted to show you that. Show you the product that I'm using. So far, I think I've talked about everything that I have in there. Now, the movie is, like I said, he goes back into the 1920s. He meets Pablo Picasso. He meets Ernest Hemingway. He meets Salvador Dali. He meets Scott Fitzgerald and Zelda Fitzgerald. Cole Porter. those are the big names that I can think of right now off the top of my head. They're kind of the main. Gertrude Stein, and I can't think of anybody else right now. Those are the big names. Those are the big names that people recognize when you're talking about American literature and painters. So anyway, so it's got the 1920s feel to it, right? When they're in Gertrude Stein's apartment or house, it's very dark, a very Art Deco feel to the book. Feel to the movie. So what I wanted to do was create a background. So none of this is glued down, obviously. I just laid that down as I was looking for things that gave me the Midnight in Paris feel to my journal entry. So what I wanted to do was create an Art Deco kind of background. And I have several stencils here. I've got this one here, which gives me a very Art Deco-y feel. And this one here, I don't know if you can see that one. I also have this one. It's got that damask look to it. And then this one, I'm not quite sure that's really Art Deco feel to me, but I like it. So I'm going to maybe do some. But first of all, I have several, I think I'm going to go with this one, guys. First of all, I have several scripty stamps that are in French. And if you'll hang on a second, I should have planned that better. I'm going to pull one off of here, off my thing of stamps. And I think this one is one of my French ones. Let's see. Yeah. So I have, this is a Stampin' Up stamp, I believe, if I remember right. And it's a background stamp. So what I'm going to do is kind of do a little bit of, I'm going to do a little bit of some stamping here. And I'm just going to pat, 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 tap, 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 whatever you want to call it. Ink my stamp. And then I'm going to just do like here and there touches of it. I don't know what any of it says, but we're just going to play with it here. I love to do little, okay, little touches of it here and there. Let's do it one more time. Let's try to get some more ink on that. Let's try and make this one a little bit darker. Now that I've done a little shade of background there, let's get it a little bit darker. Let's do that again. Oh yeah. Turn it, stamp it several times. I just love creating backgrounds like this. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Okay, there we go. And there we go. So now we have a bit of a background there, which I love. Now, what I'm going to do, move that out of the way. Move my ink out of the way because I might decide I want to do a little bit more at some point. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me get closer. You know what? Let me turn on my lamp. See if I can't get some better light on the subject here. That is way too light. Let's see. Let's get closer, guys. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of like that. So now we've done that. Now I want to go in there and do some of this design. But what I'm going to do this one with, it's going to be one of my little scrubby things. Let's see. What color do I want to do? I'm trying not to stick to too much of a neutral here. Let's see. What color do I have here? This is oxide ink. an ink pad, and I'm trying to determine what color this is. So I didn't put it back in the... I don't think it's worn lipstick. I think it's Kitsch Flamingo. So we're going to do some Kitsch Flamingo. That's just what we're going to do. I'm just going to go with it. So we're going to kind of give it some pink tones here. Add a little pink tone to it. I've already added that other color with the washi tape. So now I'm going to add some of this color. Whew, yeah, love that. Okay, so here, let's do it right here. And now that I'm thinking about it, I have might be covering this up with the bag. Now that I'm thinking about it, I need to get my bag and get it back out. And let's just see. Yeah, love that. Love that touch of pink, guys. Love it. Where'd the bag go? Here it is. So, yeah. I'm covering that up with the bag. So maybe I won't... Maybe I'll fold the bag in half. And still tuck this in there, but maybe do it more like down here in the corner. And let's go back to this. And let's add some of this over here instead. Where you can see it, mind you, Joanna. Okay. Yes, perfect. Okay. And then on this, oops, I'm going to cover up my ink for right now. Do not want that to get dried out. I have the fan going in here. So anytime you have your ink open, see, here's my Distress Outside ink. You want to close that as when you're not using it, because especially if you have a ceiling fan like I have going on, it just tends to dry out your ink pad quicker than it needs to be. So I've got that. So I don't want to cover that up, so I might change the direction of what I've got going here on with that. And then this one, it's all right if I cover up the bag. I don't want to cover up the bag too much. Let's lift that up something like that. We're putting this back down here. And what I just might do is tear off a little bit more of that. Excuse me, I got the hiccups, guys. All right, let's see. Let's see if I like that there. Should have thought about that, right? Before I covered my pink, my lovely pink Art Deco print up here. So let's put some more down here on this corner, because I don't know. I have that taxi thing I was going to do there, but you know what? We can always put it up here out of the way. And then, I know why I was doing it like that. Okay. It's because I want you to be able to see the Midnight in Paris. And if I put it on a loud background, you won't see it. Okay, so let's rethink this, Joanna. Rethink it. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to move this over here instead. And we're going to do the same thing on this one, and we're going to reduce this one down. Save those pieces of paper, guys, because that's just gorgeousness right there. I want you to see the bag. But I want the bag to be where the word's going to be. That's what I'm trying to avoid, guys. Right? I want to be able to see that Midnight in Paris. I don't want it to be totally lost on the page and you not even see it. Because then what was the point in cutting it all out, right? Okay. So I had the in Paris part on this side. And there we go. See, I don't care if that writing is upside down. It's fine with me. It does not bother me in the least. All right. Like I said, we're going to do the journaling about the movie on the back of the card. Got that little piece there of the movie. The poster from the movie. Now, what I did with that was that I just did a screenshot of one of the images that came up when I searched on Google for images for Midnight in Paris. And I thought, oh yeah, I really like that one. So I just did a screenshot and then saved a screenshot and then printed it out. It's just on plain copier paper, nothing fancy. And I want Midnight in Paris to be like right there. The Art Deco feel, right, guys? I mean, I just love the Art Deco. I love Art Deco. I remember once I went to art museum when I went to Richmond, Virginia, and they had the most amazing Art Deco furniture and like, I don't know if you're familiar with Tiffany lamps, but they had the most gorgeous collection of Tiffany lamps. And I just thought, oh, I just love that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Did I mention that I love it? I think I did. All right. And I think that. And then this we'll put over here, the taking a taxi thing. And I might, you know what? I think I will. To make this stand out a bit, I'm going to distress the edges. One of my other favorite things to do is to distress edges. Okay, so that stands out a little bit more, right? And then, let's see. What else can I do, guys? What else can I do? What else was I going to do? What else was I thinking of? I can't think of anything else I was really thinking of at the moment. Let's go back to the full shot. I mean, not the full shot, but the, and then I'll squeeze in a little more. Okay. This may be it, guys. This may be it. Then once I get the Midnight in Paris thing down, glued down, oops. Did I have that right? Or am I more of it? More like this. Then I can add some other things around here if I want to. Don't know that I will. Kind of like it, just like that. I can read where it says Midnight. Looking from my camera up above, it looks noticeable to me. It definitely has a feel to it. Okay, I think I'm going to pull that some more over here. And then I'm going to add some more of this right up here in this corner. Distress ink goes a long way, guys. Once you put it in one of these little spongy things that I'm using to apply it to the paper, it holds on to that ink for quite a while. I'm thinking I might add a little bit to the bag over here, too. A little touch of it. Oops. Don't tear that in, Joanna. Like I said, I'm gonna, okay, let's add some to the bag, too. Just a touch. Oh, yeah. Got a little bit here and there, and that's okay. Don't mind that. I just wanted to scoot that over a little bit more so that the midnight was across the white bag. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Oop. P got turned around. What are we sitting at? 25 minutes. Okay. That's it, guys. That's gonna be it, and I'm gonna glue it down. Oh, you know what I could do? Okay, take a few minutes here. I'll fussy cut this little image here. So fun to fussy cut, you know, when you have this extra piece left over from what you end up doing. You know, I end up tearing that off, and I don't know that I really wanted to, but that just is the way it worked out because of where I end up putting down the pink stuff. Pivot, I say. Pivot, pivot, pivot. When it doesn't work out exactly the way you thought it was going to, it's still a gorgeous piece. I still love it. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, and I told you, I think I just need something up there. So when all else fails, fussy cut an image that you love, and all will be well. Just doing a loose fussy cut here. I'm not doing a real tight one, because what I want to do is stick it right there on the edge of the paper. Yeah, like that. Oh, I just might do another one on this side somewhere. Or not another one, but the other half. See where I've got just a little bit there. I looked at my Tim Holtz, I don't know what you call them, the little peoples that he did from black and white photographs, thinking, oh, that'd be cute. Maybe I can find me a Owen Wilson's character's name is Gil, and then he falls in love with, I don't like that as much over there. I can't remember her name, but I thought she's played by Marion Collier, I think is how you say her name. She's French actress. What the heck is her name? Adriana, I think that's her name. You would think she's like one of the main characters that I would remember that, but Adriana. So do I like that now, or do I like it? What if I stuck it on I put it up there on the thing that I'm going to be, no, don't really like that. What if I stuck it here? Do I like it there? Kind of like it there. Okay. I think that's it, folks. I think that's gonna be my gonna turn out to be my journal layout. My first layout in my Robin's Nest journal. There we go. Thanks so much for joining me. I had a really nice time. I love this, and I might do more of this, sharing with y'all exactly what I did with my entries, and just make some quickies, do some 30-minute ones, no longer than 30 minutes. All right, so it is Wednesday afternoon, and I wish you a great rest of your week, and I probably won't put out another video tomorrow. I just did 3 in a row, and that's more than I think I've done in the past, so maybe it's going to be a trend for me. So hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up on the video. Hit the subscribe bell if you would like, and that way you'll know when I do post my next video. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see me do, let me know. So see you later. See you on the next video.